In this video, I'm going to share with you why I think that Chiliz could 25x or even 60x in this next bull run. I'm going to be breaking down the chart patterns that I see on the chart right now, where I bought in and where I think this crypto is going to go as far as price. If these are the types of videos that you're looking for to help you grow your portfolio and to grow more with crypto, make sure you subscribe for content just like this. Let's jump right into it. So on the chart right now, I have Chiliz on a weekly time frame, and I also have it on a logarithmic scale. I like doing this because on a log scale, you're able to see more of the price and the chart patterns form versus on a linear scale like this, it's a little bit harder to see. And with these exponential moves, the logarithmic scale allows you to clearly see some of the things that are going on, like we have right here on the chart. So a couple patterns that I see right now with Chiliz. The first is a very textbook corrective pattern with Elliot wave. And so let me show you an example of this. So this is a textbook example of Elliot wave. And Elliot wave, if you don't know what that is, it basically is a way of doing technical analysis, understanding that price moves in waves. It doesn't always move up and it doesn't always move down. It moves in waves. And we can count these different waves and predict where price is going to go based on this theory. And so one of the most common patterns that you'll ever see in Elliott wave is an ABC correction pattern. This is when price typically is moving down, and it moves down in a 3-wave structure after a 5-wave structure up. And so we can see that on Chiliz right now. We have this A, B, C pattern. And typically these waves A, B, and C are also broken down further into other wave structures. And we can see that here as well. Drawing this in, we can see this is a wave 1, 2, 3, another 3-wave structure here. And lastly, another 3-wave structure. And it all fits inside the larger 3-wave structure. This is textbook Elliott wave stuff. So that is pattern number 1 that I'm seeing. And typically, when you have that ABC correction, this will be at the end, again, like I said, of a impulse wave. And this is where potentially we would see a reversal to the upside. And so that's what I'm expecting at some point here in the near future. The second pattern that I'm seeing is this descending wedge pattern. And that is where price has an upper trend line and a lower trend line, and those two are moving closer together while moving down at the same time. It's getting narrower and narrower as time goes on. This is a very bullish pattern, Price is consolidating inside of this range before it's going to break out to the upside. That is the higher probability of the two versus it going down and breaking out to the downside. A couple other things that I see which lead me to believe that price could be about to make a reversal soon is the bullish divergence. And bullish divergence is where we have lower lows on price. So lower lows here. At the same time, we have higher lows on the RSI. And you could see that here on the chart, we have those two lower lows and we have higher highs on the RSI. And so this is a momentum shift. Basically what bullish divergence is that the momentum is shifting in the opposite direction. So while price is going down, momentum is shifting away from the downside towards the upside. And it takes some time for that momentum to shift and momentum to take over into the upside. Kind of think of it as if you're going in a car, it takes time for that momentum to either go in reverse. You have to slow down to a complete stop before then you can go in reverse. The same thing is happening here. The momentum has to shift from the downside to the upside, and it takes some time to do that. And when that's happening, it shows up on the chart in the form of divergence, again, where we have the lower lows, but we have higher lows on the RSI. So that's kind of the third thing that I'm looking at. And anytime that I see bullish divergence on the chart, I will zoom in to see, okay, where could this be the start of the reversal? And I typically look for a bullish candlestick pattern. Most of the time, a bullish engulfing candle, which we have one on the chart right here. So this is our bullish engulfing candle, this larger green candle here. It's actually, with its range, the body is engulfing the previous two candles, one being a bullish candle, one before that being a bearish candle. So the close of this candle is engulfing the top, the highs of the previous two candles. This is also a very bullish sign and can indicate a move higher. Again, this is all in probability. It's not a guarantee, but when you put all of these things together with the Elliott wave pattern, with the descending wedge, with the bullish divergence and the bullish engulfing candle, I believe that this is a very potent place to buy into this crypto. And that's exactly what I've done. You can see here, I've got this line here. This is where I actually bought in. Typically, when I have this type of confluence and I have the bullish engulfing candle, I wait for it to close. I wait for this candle to actually print and close, and then I will enter on the next candle. And that's what I've done here. And so I've got this drawn on the chart just to see where I bought in visually and where I think price could be going in relation to where I bought in. So when it comes to predicting where price could go, I typically like to pull up the Fibonacci extension tool, which is right here, the Fibonacci extension tool, and I've got that already drawn in on the chart. That's where you would start at the bottom of a wave one. So from the bottom down here all the way up to the top of wave one, and then back down to wave two. And so if this is a wave two and it's complete, then we would have the Fibonacci extension tool drawn in. And basically then we have these different levels here. And so we have this one level that's basically measuring from the bottom here to the top here. And if we were to start from where this low is right here, then the same length, if we were to start here and go all the way up to this one level, that would mean that this is the same length as this wave one. And typically in Elliott wave, wave three is larger than wave one. It doesn't always have to be, but one of the rules in Elliott wave is that wave three cannot be the shortest wave. In many cases, it is the longest because it has to be broken down into a five wave impulse structure. If you don't know what that means, it basically just means it has to go up in 5 ways. It can't be any other type of diagonal wave pattern. So a lot of times wave 3 is longer than wave 1, sometimes even longer than wave 5. So at the very least, I would imagine it to be at least the length of wave 1. And so one of my targets is usually the one level of the Fibonacci extension. So to measure that from where we are right now, that would take us to about 22, 23x. So rounding up to about 25x. Now, there are many cases, like I said, where wave 3 is longer than wave 1. And so if we were measured to the bottom, that would put us at the 25x. But from where we are currently right now at the time of this recording, it would bring us to about 23x. Now, I also think that this could go even further to where we have something even crazier. Actually, I totally misspoke. So this, from where we are right now, if we were to go to the 618, so basically the all-time highs, that would bring us to 25x. If we went to the 0.786, so not even the same length as wave 1, that would bring us to over 60x. If we were the same length as wave 1, that would bring us to over 220x. So my bad, my apologies, misspoke on that one. So I definitely think it's a conservative bet for it to get to an all-time high. That would be a 25x. wouldn't be out of the question for in this bull cycle, this bull run, for it to get to the 786 or even the 1 level. Now, there's got to be some push. There's got to be enough room for it when it comes to its market cap. But just based on technicals, this is totally possible. And you can see how quickly it can do that. So from the bottom, this low here in November 2020 up to the top, it did over 100x, 110x. It did that in 16 weeks, so like 4 months. It's totally possible that this can happen within this next cycle. There's no guarantee, but I do think if there's adoption and with this wave pattern, it is setting up for a very nice pump at some point. And again, in any of my videos that you watch, this is not financial advice. This is not me telling you exactly what's going to happen. Make sure you do your own research, due diligence, come up with your own analysis, because this is not legal or financial advice. So just want to put that disclaimer out there. But I like to show what I'm doing. That way other people can see how I'm analyzing the charts, because I've also learned from other people over the years, analyzing what they have done and kind of putting my own spin and forming my own analysis from that. Let me know down in the comment section what you think about this crypto. Where do you think it's going? Do you think this is a nice crypto to be in? Do you think it's going to go to zero? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And again, for more content like this, make sure you subscribe. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.